All right, y'all, I am super stoked to be making this video today because I'm going to be walking you through a very profitable, very high win rate, very easy to execute trading strategy. And if that sounds too good to be true, just stay tuned, guys. Hold in there because I'm going to be walking you through step by step. This is one of my favorite trading strategies. I have made so much money using this strategy, and so I'm going to be walking you through basically a stripped down version of it. So make sure to like the video, y'all. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is the trading strategy that I did use just recently to get into both of these trades. In the VIP Discord, I actually gave the signal and told everybody I'm in this short right now, and I gave the reasons why. Hint, hint, right here. This is what we're going to be going over. And when I saw that signal, I told everyone I am short, and I was confident to tell everyone I was short, even though when I posted it, the trade was in the red. And then, of course, the next morning, I woke up to a beautiful profit, okay? And also the long trade right here, although I didn't enter this trade based on this strategy I'm going to show you, in hindsight, we could have entered based on that strategy. This was also a signal I did give in the VIP Discord live stream, which I do every Monday for Bitcoin and Ethereum, where we look for swing trades. And sometimes right there on stream, we see the setup right there. If you're interested in joining the VIP Discord, where we have a thriving community of traders who are posting trade setups, technical analysis, I myself also posting trade setups, technical analysis, live streams, a great place to learn. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. So what is the strategy? It's essentially this, guys. It's essentially this. You're going to need two things for this strategy, and I should make that clear. The first thing you are going to need is you are going to need to have a paid TradingView account. Why? Because I'm going to be using the 12-minute time frame. The 12-minute time frame. And a lot of people are like, Jason, why do you use the 12-minute time frame? The truth is, guys, it's because the 12-minute time frame, there's something very special about it. And I don't know why. I have my theories, but it's a very good time frame to trade with. So if you don't see the 12-minute time frame on your paid TradingView account, you have to come over here to the drop down. This is the time drop down right here. Scroll to the bottom. You'll be able to add a custom time frame. Okay. The second thing you will need is the indicator called Market Cipher. Now, I know a lot of people out there are using Market Cipher ripoffs, but it is very important for this strategy you use the real Market Cipher, because we are going to be looking a lot at the money flow, and the money flow has not been duplicated in the ripoffs, not even close to it. So that is the caveat before we get into this. Okay, you can proceed however you want to after you get this information. I'm just letting you know real Market Cipher will give you much more accurate signals. So what we are going to do is simply, we are going to be looking for divergences in momentum and money flow on the 12-minute time frame. What do I mean by that? Well, if we go back here, we can see that when I entered the short trade, price was getting higher, coming up to a level, we'll get to that later, and momentum and money flow were both getting lower as the price was getting higher. This is known as a divergence. A divergence is when price and the oscillator do the opposite thing. Okay, now notice there's two things that we're looking at here. We're looking at the money flow and we're looking at these momentum waves. And just to highlight what I am looking at here, I'm going to turn on Market Cipher. I'm going to turn off basically everything right here except for the money flow. Except for that money flow. And then I'm going to load up another Market Cipher B indicator here. And I'm going to turn everything off except the momentum waves. And this way we have a very, very clear, very clear what we're looking at here, right? Because Market Cipher can be a little complicated. So to sum everything up, what we want to see is as the price is getting higher. So what we want to do is we want to take one of these dots, the red dot, and we want to take that and we want to draw a trend line to see that price indeed has gotten higher from that point. And then we want to take a trend line and see that the money flow has gotten lower. And we also want to take a trend line and see that the momentum waves on the oscillator have also gotten lower on market Cipher B. When we see these two things together, this is an entry signal, okay? It's very, very high win rate. Again, I've used this to short the top and long the bottom multiple times. And I've even done it, and you have to understand, when you see this stuff happen, right, you might not be convinced that price is going to move, okay? I actually entered this short. Immediately I was in drawdown, and it took a long time for the trade to play out. And eventually it finally did. I hit a take profit one, let the rest ride, and then eventually, look at this, boom, we get that drop. It's very rare that the money flow and the momentum will be coming down on the 12-minute time frame as the price is getting higher, and we don't see some kind of dramatic drop. That's actually very rare. Look at what happened last night. Price made this massive high pump. Money flow was coming down, momentum was coming down. What this tells us is that although the price is pumping, money is actually leaving the market. And how can that be, you ask? Well, it's because large players in the market are building short positions, and they want to short from higher. And so they are getting retail traders to FOMO long on this pump by pushing the price up there. And as the price is pumping, large players are filling their short orders, right? They're filling their short orders. And so we can see the money is leaving the market because the bigger players are filling their shorts. And then we get that drastic reaction from where price drops, okay? And if we see the money flow and the momentum waves together coming down, that is a very, very accurate signal. So we're going to go and just back test a few times recently where this happened, because we could have caught all the major pivots, not all, in the last few weeks, but many of the major pivots in the past few weeks just by using this simple strategy. And it seems too good to be true, guys, but I'm telling you, I have used this strategy for a long time, and it does really, really well. Now, first of all, this is the trade. These are the trades I was looking at here. But let's start up here, okay? Let's start up here. The short from right here. This is also a trade setup that I did give in the VIP Discord. If we go over here, let's see. Where was that one? We do take a lot of trades right here. This was the potential setup I gave, right? Look at this. I was looking to come above 44.9 and then drop. Why? Because money flow and momentum on the 12-minute time frame was getting lower and lower and lower as we were in this range, and I was looking for that divergence to play out. We wouldn't have gotten the divergence until we came above that previous high. That's why I wanted to come above that high. What happens? We came above the previous high. Right here. What's the previous high? Boop. We came above it. Look at this. Look at the 12-minute money flow right here. 12-minute money flow coming down. Okay. Also, 12-minute momentum waves coming down. Okay. As we are putting in that high, that final high, look at the money flow. It's actually literally crossing into the purple, and the momentum waves are getting lower and lower and lower and lower as time goes on, right? A beautiful short position, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We totally dropped from there, hit a take profit one, nice and easy. And, you know, it's not a surprise that we dropped from there, okay? Now, just as a little caveat, this strategy is just one strategy out of a lot of tools that every trader should have in their toolbox. I recommend if you're newer to trading, you should focus on these simple strategies. But if you want a very in-depth, detailed, step-by-step course on how to actually do technical analysis and trade, you can check out learn.jasoncasper.com. This course, and there's a 25% discount in the description and the pinned comment of this video. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, because what we do is we give you a point A to point B systematized strategy so that you can always have a plan in advance of where you're looking to take your next trade, where your entry, where your stop loss, where your take profits go, giving you a variety of tools. You can use multiple tested strategies for different market conditions, complete scalping and day trading tutorials, all the technical analysis you need to get started. You can see right here. And we also go into how to use the indicators in extreme detail, multiple strategies. We also go over risk management, mindset, all these things. There's a 25% discount in the description. Also, if you're interested in an advanced technical analysis course that goes over how to trade order flow, how to trade market profile, exocharts, and all that stuff, you could check out the link in the description of the video for the advanced trading course. This is a really juicy course, guys. This will teach you a lot and really expand your knowledge when it comes to the markets. You could check that out also. But again, this strategy I'm showing you here is just one tool in the toolbox, right? It's just one tool in the toolbox. And so basically, look at that. We took the short all the way to down here, okay? Once we come to the bottom, notice this, okay? Notice this. We get price coming down like this. Let's actually make our indicators larger here so we can really see how accurate these signals are. Okay, look at this. Price is right here, and it's making a lower low, and money flow is coming up, but notice the momentum waves are not coming up. In fact, the momentum waves are getting lower, and this is giving us a no-go signal. Then what happens is price makes another lower low. Money flow is still coming higher as we make that lower low, and this time we absolutely do see the momentum waves on market Cipher be getting higher as well. And look at this, a perfect entry right here for a move, even if we had a late entry, a move of 4.3%. Okay, now look at this. We come down to make an even lower low, and this time it's the exact bottom. What's happening to money flow? Literally getting higher, crossing over into the blue. Okay, now when we're looking at money flow, guys, we want to be looking at this as an entire entity, right? We want to see that over time, every time the money flow waves come lower, come below that zero line, that they're getting higher and higher and higher every time. And also we want to see over time that the blue waves are also starting to get higher. So this is very clear here. Both the purple and the blue are starting to get higher. I usually look at the bottom side if I'm looking to long and the top side if I'm looking to short. And the momentum waves are giving us our divergence right over here, like this. And boom, look at that beautiful long trade that we could have taken all the way to the top here, right? All the way to the top right here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then once we get to the top, check this out, guys. Check this out. It's almost, you wouldn't believe it if I just told you. So I'm going to show you. All right, we come to the top, and what happens? Price making a higher high right here. Okay, this is where price is making our higher high. Hang on. Let's get our trend line out. Let's expand the price so we can really see in detail what's happening here. Price has peaked out and made its highest high right about here at the top of that purple wick. And we can see that the price is getting higher. And we can see that the money flow is getting lower, much lower. The more drastic that money flow, the better. And we can even see that the momentum waves over time are getting lower. And that's the top, guys. That is the top. And then look at that. Look, we've longed the bottom and shorted the top using this strategy. These setups are not going to happen every time, but they do happen, okay? Now, let's talk about, because people are going to say, well, Jason, you're just talking about the ones that worked out really well. That's true, but there is never a time, I shouldn't say never, there is rarely a time where you are going to have money flow and momentum coming down on the 12-minute and it doesn't work out. So this one here, we can see that we also did have the money flow coming down, and we also did have the divergence right here, right? And if you had taken this short, it's like, well, you still would have had, even if we didn't enter right at the beginning of that, you could have still had like a 1 to 1.5% move, which is wonderful for a scalp. Definitely not a loss on a 1% move. And then other than that, we don't really have any other divergences really. This one wouldn't have counted because the money flow is getting higher. You could have taken a little short there. And then we dump all the way down to the bottom, to the ground, right? And now look at this. Look at this. Would we have taken a trade right here? Well, what's happening? We are getting bullish divergences on the 12-minute time frame as we come to this bottom here. Actually, let's probably say that This would have been definitely a more complicated one to enter, guys, because the green dot doesn't start printing until right here. So let's just say we probably wouldn't have entered this one, but in hindsight, we can see that the money flow was getting much higher as we put in that wick to the bottom, and the momentum waves were also diverging. But this one obviously would have been a little bit more difficult to trade. It really would have been more difficult to trade. And then we come down to the real bottom here, and here we would not have taken this trade, right? We would have missed this bottom using the strategy because of the fact that although we did clearly have our money flow diverging, we did not have, oh, I'm wrong. Look at this, guys. Look at this. The exact bottom. Clearly, we have the momentum waves getting higher, and we have the money flow getting higher. As we come down to that bottom, boom, long it right from the bottom. I mean, this is pretty powerful. And the thing is, this is not going to happen unless we come to a significant higher low. It's really not going to happen unless we come to a significant higher low. Where over here do we see that happening, right? Where do we see the money flow and the momentum getting higher? Right here, right? Money flow is getting lower, right? Money flow is getting lower. So using this strategy, we wouldn't take a trade here. We could have used the 12-minute divergence to get into a scalp trade, but the big moves will always happen when the money flow and the momentum align, okay? Now here, no trade because the momentum waves did not align, even though the money flow did align. And then look at this. Look at this. We come up to the top of this move, and what do we have right here? We have the money flow getting much, much lower as we have the momentum waves also getting lower. And boom, that's wonderful right there. A beautiful short trade. And then look at this. Would you even look at this? Would you look at it, guys? Would you even look at this? We've got the price making a lower low. We've got the money flow making a higher low. And we've got the, actually, this is not a signal. I'm sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. No, this would not have been a signal here, unfortunately. Not on this time frame, but that was still a trade, actually. This trade, actually, I did give in the VIP Discord. Shout out to everybody who took that trade yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Right here. I gave that setup from the from that golden pocket, and we came up from there. But whatever, man, I missed it. I've been missing trades lately because I've been sleeping, okay? And then, of course, we went over just the most recent one, this beautiful, beautiful short from up here. As the money flow is getting lower, the momentum waves are getting lower. So you guys get the idea here. You guys get the idea. It's a wonderful strategy to use, especially if you're newer, because it's very simple to look for. And yeah, so let's talk about a few other things here, guys. First of all, it's also very, very beneficial to mark key levels, because you will notice that this strategy, the trades happen at key levels, right? They happen at key levels. For example, the short that I took from up here, the short that I took from right here, right? If we just take our fib retracement tool from the top to the bottom, we can see that we're rejecting right off our Fibonacci 618 retracement. And again, the long trade that I did take from, where did we, oh, the long trade, the setup that I gave live on the VIP stream, we had come down to this very important daily and weekly level of support right here. So you know where to be looking for these things. It really can help a lot, because what you can do is you can do your analysis in the morning, set your alerts for when price is getting to a key area, and then you can just look at the chart and see if you want to take a trade or not. Like, for example, you know, last night we had this trade right here, this short trade, right? We had come up to a key area of resistance and take the short, right? And so what we do is, before we even get there, we're looking at the level. And of course, price pumped up a little bit higher than I was expecting, but it's the point is the level was there, and we know what we're looking for at what level, so that we're not like caught off guard, right? And that's why it's so important to learn your technical analysis, which is why I do recommend you learn. If you are newer to this, you can obviously check out my beginner course here, 25% discount in the description, but you don't have to. You can take any course. Or even take an advanced trading course where we go over looking at order flow and stuff like that. Link in the description and the pinned comment if you're interested in that. But you don't have to take my course, but I recommend you take a course or read a book or something, because just knowing how to analyze market structure and do your analysis will add so much richness and success to your trading. A few notes, guys, on this as well. Zoom in to get more clarity and stick to the plan. What do I mean by that? Although it's important to be using the 12-minute time frame, you can zoom in to see what is happening. I recommend using lower time frames to see what is happening on the higher time frames. For example, if you know that you are seeing, you think you're seeing, right? This is the 1 hour time frame. Let's go back to the 12-minute. A lot of times people get a little trigger shy, all right? Get a little trigger shy when they're pulling that trigger, okay? And the reason is because when you are in the heat of the moment, okay, what did I just do here? When you are in the heat of the moment, it can be nerve-wracking to actually pull that trigger. Again, the trade setup I gave in the Discord, when I gave the setup, right? Let's get back to it. Yeah, when I gave the setup, we had just pumped like crazy, right? This is a 12-minute time frame, so it's not too long ago. We had this massive pump, and then we keep making higher highs and higher lows. People are feeling very not so dumpy, let's just say, right? They're not feeling very dumpy. You really have to trust your indicators for this. Now, if, whoa, I've got all my technical analysis and juicy stuff up on the chart. For this trade setup, you can zoom in into a lower time frame to get extra confirmation. So when did I enter the trade? I entered the trade right here. And we can see on the 12-minute time frame, things are starting to look divergency, right? The red dot had not confirmed yet, right? When I entered the trade, the red dot had not even come close to confirming. I simply just saw that the momentum waves were getting lower, right? Let's take a look at what I saw, because it wasn't, you know, in hindsight, it's always easier to do this, but in the present, what is happening here? Okay, this is what we see. We see a massive blue candle. We see that we just had a massive pump. We see prices making higher highs all the time. Why am I looking to short here? I'm looking to short here, one, because we came to a key level. And two, because I see what's happening on my indicators, right? I can see that even though it's not confirmed even close, momentum and money flow is getting lower, okay? Now, if we zoom into, let's say, the 6-minute time frame, now we can get more clarity to see that on the 6-minute time frame, money flow is actually getting even lower, right? And then we can even go to the 3-minute time frame and see money flow is really getting low over time on the 3-minute. Look at this, right? It's about to cross purple. It's about to cross purple. And even though locally we are seeing higher momentum waves here, we still know that as long as we don't print a momentum wave above this one here, it's still a bearish trigger wave, and it's still going to potentially lead to a move to the downside, especially with that money flow. And then stick to the plan is literally, once you're in that position, don't flop and grow. Stick to your dang plan. If you see that we have put in the high, okay, and let's see where we actually put in that high. Okay, so we put in our high. I guess we put in our high right here. Now you know my entry was pretty crappy too. It was like down here. It was like 42.2 or something, right? My entry was pretty dang crappy, but I know I'm just going to put my stop loss above the last high because I am banking on the fact that we did get our divergence and our money flows coming down. And so I'm just going to stick to the plan. And if my trade's going to draw down for a while, I'm using good risk management, so it's going to be all right. And if risk management is something you want to learn, you can check out the course, the Intro to Crypto Trading course. And there's a 25% discount. This will go over risk management in extreme detail, how to use leverage and all that good stuff to your advantage. All right, guys. God bless everybody. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, I pray everybody is super blessed in many, many, many ways. And I will see y'all in the next video. Do we have a setup right now? No. See, we don't have a setup now because money flow is getting thicker and we didn't really have a divergence. So even though we might drop from here, guys, this is not part of the strategy. All right. Peace, y'all. Peace.